welcome to the Cuts Next Level. This week we are joined by Evelyn Escobar-Thomas. Evelyn is a social activist and founder of LA's Hike Clerb. Hi Evelyn, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm doing well. I mean, better now that it's Friday, so.
Yeah, Friday. So before we discuss how you've turned a weekly hiking club in LA into this global platform, can you show us your nails? Because I know.
Yes, oh my God.
You have amazing nails
right now. But I can show you these. They don't look terrible.
Did you just start your Instagram, Eve Meets Nails?
I started that this year because I take so many pictures of my nails. So I was like, I need it all to live in one place.
Yeah. What is Hike Clerb?
Hike Clerb is an intersectional women's hiking group based here in LA.
2, 3,
Hike Clerb!
When you grow up in like a multicultural household, the importance on like going camping, going hiking is just not there.
Yeah.
And so having to sort of figure that out as an adult was definitely a process. But once I did get out there and see that there were not very many people who, one, looked like me, and then two, just like seeing the sort of stares that you get when you're out there, like, oh, like, what are you doing out here sort of thing. It's just like, why are you looking at me crazy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we belong out here just like everyone else. And that's when the light bulb really went off in my head. And I was like, I know I'm not the only, person of color interested in these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to sort of create the space where we can all come together.
How did you come up with the name Hike Clerb? Because it makes me want to go to the Clerb.
Yes, no, literally everyone always asks me that too. I mean, okay, this was really like a community that's like for us, by us, right? And so Clerb is just like a funny thing that we say, that we use.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's just call it Hike Clerb. It's supposed to be this like lighthearted, fun thing. The name is just kind of like joking around, and everyone was like, yeah, that's funny, I like it. And here we are, 3 years later in like Teen Vogue and everything else, and it's like, yes, our name really is Hike Clerb.
What are the beginner steps for someone who might not be able to access hiking trails or afford to fly like across the country to visit like a Grand Canyon type of situation?
I get this question a lot, and I always sort of say the same thing. It's like, you got to do what you can with what you have. So like if you live in New York and all you have is like Central Park or just a park that you can kind of go to, walk around, maybe just like sit in the grass, do that. Even just taking off your shoes in the park and like feeling the grass on your feet in between your toes does something to you. And you can always bring nature to you. You know what I mean? You can fill your apartment with plants and water them and nourish them and like forge a relationship in that way.
Yeah, there's like meditation sounds too.
Yes.
Of like nature, birds chirping, trees.
And there are literally studies that show that even just that, listening to sounds of nature have a healing effect on you.
How has nature like healed you? Like when was that like moment that you had this like deep connection to it?
It was honestly on that trip that I first visited like a national park. And we went to Zion National Park, and just like driving in, I was just like, holy shit, I didn't even know the earth could look like this. You know what I mean? Like I was just completely awestruck, and just being out there just really puts everything into perspective, just how little we are and how like menial the sort of things that we trip about are too. It's by just being out there, by like stepping into this like red dirt, sitting on these like red rocks, you truly do feel all of the minerals and things that are, in these sediments. Like you feel that, and you do feel recharged when you leave these places.
How do people get involved with Hike Clerb?
Obviously, you can follow us on Instagram, which is @HikeClerb. You can show up to our hikes, whether it's free people, whether it's just, a hike that we're doing. There's not really a sort of single way to kind of like be a part of Hike Clerb. Even if you're just going out and you're going on your own hikes and you're tagging us, you're being a part of it in that way too.
And then I know Hike Clerb is women of color, but if anyone that wasn't a woman or person of color that wanted to participate, because they felt like your space was a safe space for them? Are they welcome?
Yes, I love that you asked that. The answer is always yes, because even in the beginning, men would be like, can I come? And I'm like, yes, as long as you are down with our mission to center women of color in nature, because they are the most underrepresented when it comes to marketing and all of these things, then yes, of course you're welcome. The reason we center women of color is if we didn't, you know what I mean, we would sort of just be a hiking group, period. And we're obviously trying to combat like a very specific issue and also combat it from like a socioeconomic perspective. So as long as you're down with the mission, anyone is welcome.
What are your hopes for how the outdoors looks in like real life in the future?
My hope is that, you know, eventually going and staying on a sort of campsite and thinking like, oh my God, are these people going to talk to me, is like not a thing. You know what I mean? My hope is that I see people of all cultures going out and expressing themselves fully and comfortably in the outdoors. And, you know, to even take it a step further, just really centering Black and brown people. You know, it's in every culture, it's always the darkest skinned people who are the most discriminated against. In the outdoors, it's the darkest skinned people that you don't necessarily see out on the trail. So I want to see a multitude of different people, but I especially want to see the people who are not seen in sort of the ways that you know, you sort of view the trails and things now, because then that will just be like a sort of like indicator of success. Like, okay, the outdoors is now really becoming this place where everyone is sort of feeling that it is at grasp or in reach and can come out here and express themselves. Hopefully in my lifetime, I will see that big shift happen.